The room frightened Jacob. It was at the end of a long corridor. There were countless entrances along the stretch of dark hallway, but once the room was entered, there was only one way out. Inside, there was no visible doorknob, handle, or bolt. Lucian had to let him out again. Jacob always suspected there was a secret exit in the floor, but he feared what might happen if it were ever opened. He envisioned a long descent into darkness if that were the case. Lucian, the casino's manager, sat behind a large polished desk, but there was also a stranger standing in the corner, and judging by Lucian's hostile glances in his direction, he didn't appear to be welcome. Jacob wondered how the man had come to be here. Did he owe the casino too?
Sit down, Jacob.
It was a command, not an invitation. Jacob obeyed quickly. He would never dare defiance. He had tried that once and had been carried out on a stretcher as a result.
You know our deal. Today is your last day to pay back what you owe me without additional penalties, and you haven't paid me.
I sold my home, Lucian. I sold my car. I cashed out my life savings. But it's still not enough. I can give you what I have. His voice sounded weak and pathetic. If only he could turn back time. Moving to this wretched place had been the biggest mistake of his life. He was ashamed of what he had become. He once had a life, a family, a home. All of it was gone now, and he was the only one to blame. The stranger crossed the room and stopped beside him.
I will pay your debt, Jacob.
Jacob stared at the man in numb disbelief, barely able to process what he had just heard. Lucian's explosive laugh shocked him.
Not that lie again. He's always promising to pay everyone's debt, and he never does. If you fall for this, I won't be responsible for what happens, but I promise you'll owe me twice as much as before if you believe him over me.
Jacob looked at the stranger, and then back at Lucian.
Are you willing to risk that?
Lucian leaned across the desk, his eyes dark and menacing.
Well, are you? Twice as much, Jacob. Twice as much. I won't warn you again.
You won't owe him anything, but there will still be a price.
The stranger's voice was soft and reassuring.
But not the kind of price you owe now.
Lucian stood abruptly, knocking his chair backward with such force that it crashed into the wall.
If you listen to him, you're an even bigger fool than I thought. Accept that offer, and you'll just trade one master for another, one debt for a new one.
The stranger ignored Lucian and sat next to Jacob. There was something different about him. In his presence, Jacob could ignore Lucian for the first time. Jacob wasn't sure why, but he trusted this stranger.
My price is not like his. All I ask is that you stop destroying yourself.
I want to stop destroying myself, but I don't know how.
I can show you how.
Lucian was raging, but when Jacob glanced at him, his tormentor seemed smaller and less frightening. Everything about him was diminished. I believe you. I believe you really will pay my debt.
I already have.
With that, a new door opened, one he had never seen before, and beyond it lay hope.